Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for joining Street Savvy Podcast. I'm Jay Works, the host. Folks, it's a great morning. God woke us up. Let's praise God for all the glory. Yes, He woke me up this morning, got the kids, got the wife up. The wife gets out here, folks, every morning. Early as possible. She don't play those games. And welcome, folks, to another morning topic. Morning good topic, actually, the morning show. Great podcast woman. Let me take this time out to salute the people who support me. First and foremost, my family, which is my kids, Isaiah, Igeria, Jerry, Junior the Fifth, Sunshine, my baby, and plus the wife, Lakeisha Marie Works. And my other kids, Olivia, as well. Good morning. That's my morning tea. My daughter is my morning tea. Hits me up every morning about at least 4:25, 4:30 a.m. every morning. Tell me she loves me and tell me she's having a good day. And my other son, Jerry Jr., the first, he another one. He calls me and we debate. We talk business. We talk loved ones. We talk everything. And all the rest of my kids, thank you guys for supporting me. My little Portia, my Jaquan, his birthday is tomorrow. My oldest son, he'll be 32, I think he will be. Don't quote me on that. Daddy's getting old. Nene and Lachey as well. Javon, and the ones that's in heaven. Yes, all the support in the world, my mom, my sister, my family, my dad, my brothers. Yes, but let's get on with the podcast. Folks, God got me up this morning to put some praises on things that we need to hear and we need to talk about. And the topic this morning is generational wealth. It's great that we all need that in our life. We all should think about that. We all should, from day one, if you don't know, you ask somebody. And we need to put that around our circles. Before we get to the main topic, I got some news I want to bring to the table, the forefront, before I start forgetting things. I did not jot it down. It's on the top of my head because I've been thinking about it all weekend. And yesterday, well, Monday and Tuesday as well. Okay, for starters, the hip hop world. Lil Wayne was on Skip Bayless's new podcast. Congratulations to Skip Bayless. Moving on for him and Uncle Shay Shay debacle. Wish you endeavors, Skip Bayless. He had Lil Wayne on him. Lil Wayne is a frequent flyer of Skip Bayless. He loves Skip Bayless. Every show Skip Bayless, I've been on Undisputed, Lil Wayne has been on there. But it was an interview on there of Lil Wayne talking about what's going on with him and Kendrick Lamar, about the music, about the lyrics. And Skip Bayless, I quote, told Lil Wayne, hey, listen, this is what Kendrick said on some lyrics. What do this mean to you? Lil Wayne said, I quote, that means he's a fan. Just like I'm a fan of his as well. You know, and of his music and things of that nature. And it's nothing there. And then Skip Bayless rebutted and said, listen, well, if it's nothing there, have you talked to him? Have you guys talked? He said, of course. Yeah, we talked. And then Skip said, listen, but what did you say to him, Wayne? Wayne said, man, I told him to kill it. I told him to go out there and kill it. It's in my city. It's in my town. Man, you got to do your thing. You got to kill it. And I was so proud to hear that. I was so proud to big up Lil Wayne because I was one of those, I'm a biggest fan of both artists. Kendrick Lamar, especially Lil Wayne. That's my era. Well, my era upon my era. I love Lil Wayne music as a genre, as a person, as a dad as well. His daughter talk highly of him. His kids speak highly of Wayne. And in the music industry, everybody speaks highly of Wayne. Everybody speaks highly of him. And for Wayne to come out and say this, even if Kendrick didn't, it's great for Lil Wayne to move forward. As far as a mogul, as far as a peer in this business, I think it was great for Wayne to speak out on that. And I think, personally, now Kendrick and Wayne need to hook up for a track and blow the Super Bowl off its hinges. Because it's in Wayne City. It's in Lil Wayne's aura. It was that's Bada Bada, New Orleans. I think they need to bring out Master P, which was ambassador. The ambassador of New Orleans. I think they need to have the explosion that we need to have. If it's black on black entertainment. That's what I think. In other news, folks, and on worldwide news, allegedly, and this is just coming out, allegedly, a top Russian general got killed in a bombing, allegedly. They don't know the sources. They don't know who did it. They don't know who's claiming it. But that's another hoopla in the world of criticism. Somebody getting killed. War. Hopefully not, allegedly. This guy was a top guy no matter who you talk to. I see one report saying that this guy for years, he's been the guy in Moscow. He's been one of those top generals, as whatever says goes. And since the insurgent, what's been going on over in Russia, he's been the leading guy. So he's not here no more. He's been unalive, and they are trying to find out. That's a problem. That's a real problem. That's a real problem. And I just hope America mind your business. Don't go stick your nose in nobody's business. We got our own stuff over here to clean up. We got a president in the White House. He got all types of issues with all types of people. So don't go stick your nose in that business. And I hope we had nothing to do with it. Please hope we didn't. In other news, the NBA in-season championship. It was a great game last night. Milwaukee Bucks, Oklahoma City Thunder. Milwaukee cleaned them up, hold them down to 30% of shooting, 31%, well, 28% from the three line, and held them for the whole year. Oklahoma City Thunder has been scoring at least 100 points every game. At least 100 points. Top defense, top scoring. But last night, Milwaukee Bucks held them up under the league average with their standards of 81 points. Milwaukee went in for that money. They went in for that in-season cup. So congratulations to Milwaukee and to Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers has been getting a real backlash of coaching his team since last year. He's been called a backstabber. He's been called a coach who just over the hill. He's been called a coach that his Celtics is in his rearview mirror, all sorts of things. But in the last 14 games, Milwaukee has been, the last 13, they've been 11-2, one of the best records next to the Celtics in the NBA. They coming on. And hopefully they'll be a challenge to my Boston Celtics. Good morning, Mr. Thurton. How you doing? Good morning, sir. The Eastern Conference is shaping up, folks. I usually don't watch the Eastern Conference or basketball at least until February, January. I don't get deep involved in, because this way it wears out the kinks, certain injuries, players come on, just like with Porzingis in Boston. He's not fully healthy, but he's been playing. But injuries like that, you got LA with LeBron over there. He's not fully healthy. A lot of these teams, they biggest stars in the beginning of the year, because either they're doing something in the summer or is the injury lagging from last year's. They're getting healthy. They're trying to get healthy. They want to better themselves. So they usually don't take off until at least January or February. The All-Star break, when I start watching, when the teams are supposed to be from 5 through 10 or 6 through 11, that's where they're going to sit in their only seeds. And the rest of them, they're going to ball out 1 through 5, 3 through 6, 5 through 8. They're going to ball out. They're going to get their positions. They're going to get ready for April. So that's when I normally start watching. But our success to the Milwaukee Bucks for winning the in-season cup and getting that $500,000 bonus for each player. That's pretty cool. That's pretty smooth for in-season check. Yes, sir. In other news, Jamie Foxx came out this past weekend in a Netflix special, and it's getting a lot of different reviews, mixed reviews. I watched a little bit of it, and it was kind of saddening to me, because Jamie brought it back to Atlanta, where it happened. He said it actually happened 500 feet away from the auditorium he was doing a special in, and he kept having a paraphrase of Atlanta, you guys brought me back. Atlanta, you guys saved me. It was scary to hear him talk about his ordeal, his what happened to him. He had a stroke. He had a brain bleed. If you guys know what a stroke is, it was a 50-50 chance Jamie would not walk or talk again, and he fought. He had the right doctor. The doctor told his family, and I quote, Jamie allegedly told his sister, he won't be the same guy. And today I think Jamie is struggling with what the doctor said, because he is, and he's fighting back. He's getting healthier. But the whole special, to me, it was a good but bitter moment, because the man was really stressing his empathy towards God. He said without God, he wouldn't be here. Without the will to fight, without family, he wouldn't be here. And he cried every moment. And I applauded. I applauded what Jamie spoke to, with the courage to come and do a special. And he's nominated for a Golden Globe already. I don't know how that worked, but Lord help me. God bless you, brother. I wish you nothing but success, and happy wealth, and great recovery, a full recovery for everything you went through, my brother. God bless you, Jamie Foxx. And keep going. Keep bringing the laughter, keep bringing the music, keep bringing the films, and the great commercials. Jamie Foxx. Glad to see you back. Okay, folks, and that's what some of the news that I want to break to you today. But let's get to the main topic. Main topic today, which we're going to go on, is generational wealth. And folks, I'm here to tell you, I had a great, well, it's not been a great summer days. I was up under the weather over the weekend. Maybe a stomach bug or something of that nature. I am a diabetic type 2 with one kidney. So my body tends to shut down sometimes when I'm doing too much. I'm an elder man, middle age, still good looking. But the health is not what it used to be, but I still fight. I don't give up. I don't listen to the innuendos. I still think I'm in my early 20s in certain days. In certain days, I know I'm 50. Period. But I wasn't feeling good. Good morning, Ace. How you doing, my brother? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. But I'm feeling much better today, and I'm here talking to you guys to the grace of God, the grace of glory. I'm giving it all up to Him this morning. There's a lot of lives lost close to me from here to Boston in this past several days. One of them was an elder woman who's been around for so long. I moved to Boston in '86. I was a teenage kid, and Orchard Park was a place for me. It was a family place. It was ups and downs, good and bad. And what Orchard Park taught all of us was family. I still have a lot of my childhood friends. And some folks I don't speak to. Some folks they don't speak to me, but we know each other. We know each other's families by first name. That's one thing about Boston and Roxbury. Everybody know each other first and last name right off the bat. Know who you belong to, know your dad, who your mom was, or who your single parent was, or who two of your parents were. And the families and the projects and the site I lived on, we all grouped together. Do's and don'ts, we all know each other today, and our kids do as well. We lost a great one. BG. We lost BG this weekend, and my thoughts and prayers go out to her nephews and her kids. Hops, and definitely Raymond Gaines. My prayers go out to you guys, man. BG was a real auntie to our project. A real personal interest on every level. And God has took her home. God has took her home. And my thoughts and prayers go out to you guys. A good friend of the family up in Syracuse, so when I grew up with, Lisa, a great friend. I grew up with her on Kennedy Street, her and her family, her brothers, as well as her brother's baby's mother's. She passed as well. Blessings. My thought and prayers and blessings go out to you guys' family. God can throw you those curves, folks. But when it's your time to go, it's your time to go. We don't all know what's up there beyond the sky. But while you're here, you better enjoy it. You better enjoy it to the fullest. I'll give you a small story. Excuse me. I had to get some sugar in my system. About a young fellow who listened to this podcast. Kevin Thurston. We used to play baseball, man. Me and this young fella, we used to play baseball. If you ask anybody from Orchard Park who knows me real well, I played all sports. Right? And a lot of the guys in my neighborhood, especially the Lambrights, they all played all sports. Ricky, him and his brothers, they all played sports. Ace White, Charles White, they played all sports. Like we play ball over there. We play ball. You know what I mean? My man Sammy Cersei, he played all sports. But we play sports to the degree of, hey, the lights off, we still gonna play. But me and Kevin Thurston, we played we had a wall next to my projects, right? Well, my building was a wall. It had these 3 center blocks. And we pitched like we was Roger Clemens and Oil Can Boyd. And we hit the ball. We had a red fence that they had put around our little grass, from the streets. And the wall was our Fenway Park, me and Kevin Thurston. Great story. And we used to pitch to them little 3 blocks, curveball, sliders, split fingers, fastball, high fastball. And Kev was a little older than me, about 2 or 3 years older than me, I think. But we used to play, man. We used to go get tennis balls from the nearest drifty store. And man, we would play. We would lose those balls every night and go spend another 45, 50 cents. And his baby mother, Carrie Lord, used to watch us. Before that was a baby father, used to watch us play baseball. My family used to watch us play through the window. And those are great times. And that's just a small story of telling you about Orchard Park, man. Orchard Park was something great to me and my friends, my childhood friends. And there's a lot of them. And now we're in our 50s. We're growing up. We got kids and grandkids. And we're still blessed to speak to each other today. We're great in welfare and growth. And our health care is pretty well. A lot of us, our health is still what it is. And we still look the same. Me, I just got a little more hair, A lot of us are working good and community people. And blessings to everybody from OP, man. Blessings. My thought and prayers go out to Hops and his little cousin as well. Yeah, Raymond. Little brother. Wherever he was. I know he was family. Definitely. That's BG. That's a powerful pill to swallow. Powerful. Okay, folks, let's get back into the story. Get back into the topic. The topic is called generational wealth. Now, I don't know if a lot of you guys know what that means or know what it means or not. I'm going to explain it to you today. We're going to dive into it. Generational wealth means to me, personally, about my kids' kids. My kids, about me saving and putting away, about me doing the right things today. Not just yesterday, but today and tomorrow for my family to keep having a legacy, which PD Code, clothing apparel, my clothing, Leo season, my businesses, my podcasts, things I envisioned to. And know about the rich guy, know about the guy who got it, who pertain to have it. I'm working to get it. I'm working to get them deals. But that's for my grandkids. And that's part of generational wealth. That's making sure they don't have to struggle on no means necessary. They don't have to struggle to go to nobody to borrow. They don't have to work 2 or 3 jobs. They don't have to do certain things, go out and rob and steal, or sell drugs of that nature, or lean on someone, or be a dependent on someone else. You know what I mean? And that's a big thing of generational wealth that I want to talk about this morning. My dad believed in that. He never said the word, but he believed in that. He always pitched that to us. He always discouraged that it was discouraged to us because he said it a lot. We're like, what the crap you talking about, Pops? You always got to work and do OT. Like, oh, it's overtime. We still need to spend. But he was like, listen, if I spend time with you guys, you will have the things you need. The rent center, the color time, the new car, the rims, things. He broke it to us. New furniture sets, what I mean? Like comforters, couches. My dad was big on that. My dad was big on punching that clock. Even on the weekends. As he got older, he started showing us, I ain't working on weekends. I worked enough in my life. I don't have to work weekends. So he was showing us generational wealth in certain pieces. But he always preached to us. And that's what instilled in me to bust my behind. For years, always had 2 jobs. And yeah, it hurt. And yeah, it cramped me. It cramped my style. I mean, you name it. But guess what? That was for the bigger picture. And now, embarking on my 50s, I'm going to retire real early. I guarantee you that, folks. I'm not waiting to 65. And right now, to the people in my era above me, it looks like it's going to be 75, the way the economy is going. But me, I'm looking at a different number, a different bracket, a different category. I'm looking at embarking on something totally different for my grandkids. I promise you that. As God's willing to have me here in this world with this health, in this beautiful body, and this nature of this voice, because compelling what comes out of here, I'm going to make sure I'm going to retire early. So me and the wife, if we're not together or not, we can travel, or I can have a better life, trying to figure out some other things I want to do in my 60s and 70s, in my later 50s. So that's what part of generational wealth I want to really improve on. And I hope my kids understand that today. So what happened this weekend, one of my dearest cousins, we are so close, a female cousin of mine, we both from the streets. It's my father's sister daughter, which is my first cousin. We both from the streets, we both don't see it all. Drug selling, this, that, whatever nature. School, work, church, all that. Married, family, grandkids, we both seen it all. My cousin has embarked on a goal that she set about 10 years ago. She got a dual degree. She got a great job that she can support her family. She only had 2 daughters, which is great, and they both grown. She got grandkids of both, and she can provide with her husband as well as her kids and her grandkids, and show them generational wealth. So she called me over. She said, "What you doing, cuz?" I said, I'm sitting here. I'm a little up under the weather, but I'm sitting here. She said, "Come to my house." First of all, she called me a month ago. A month and a half, she said, "Cuz, I got this house. I need XYZ. I'm supposed to be closing on it in late December." I said, "Great, cuz. That's a great thing. Oh my God, you uplifted me. I love it." She gave me the convo, and I was so happy for her. I was so happy for her. I went out and pushed harder and tried to get healthy that day because I was feeling down that day. So when she called me yesterday, I'm like, "Oh, swap." She says, "Cuz, I got it." And I wanted to cry. I jumped up, got my scarf, my jacket, and I couldn't even tie my boots. I got out of here and went to my cousin's house. Very great neighborhood. I just moved out. A very good upscale neighborhood, upstate New York. $1 million homes all around. You name it. Public figures, you name it. She lives in it. She owns it. Tall ceilings, gorgeous living room, dining room, upstairs, downstairs, garage, 2-car garages, things like that. And it's a big space. And it's only her and her husband. Her kids are grown. She do got grandkids. She said she wanted the big space in case someone falls on hard times. And I'm like, wow, that's deep. I said, that's our grandmother. First time I said it, that's our grandmother. She said, yeah, cuz I don't mind sleeping with my family. We can make a pallet, get a bed, blow up bed, and we can all lay here. In each room, I don't matter. This is mine, I own it. And we share that moment together. And I said, cuz I'm going to talk about that on my podcast. She said, cuz, you come here right now. And, she got a 12-foot tree. This is how beautiful her dining room is. She got a 12-foot Christmas tree in her dining room, folks. Gorgeous, gorgeous. That God has provided for her. Every piece of furniture she showed me, she said, God gave me this. And it was a blessing to see it. And I'm giving the blessings out because this is what generational is all about. And the main thing when we talked about was real quick, I'm gonna give you the story is, I said, cousin, I'm glad you said it. And she cut me off. She said, no, because I want your dad to come here. I don't know if Brother Kevin going to drive him over, but I want my uncle to come over here. And, he can, instead of going to a hotel, he can be comfortable here or going to my mom's house with your sister. She ran it down. I said, wow, that's deep. You thought about all that. I said, well, you know what? That's huge, and I'm here for you. Whatever you need, whatever we want to do. She said, cause Christmas, I know you do your family thing, you got your big family events you do. I know you're gonna be busy. I said, I'm gonna come by. I told her I'm gonna come by. And in the midst of us talking, she says, we the only culture that do not have generational wealth conversations. And one of the conversations we don't have is one of us get in the house and whatever family member or families who's down or who don't have it, let her come in. Non-rent free. If they working, save their money. Whatever means income they got, save it. At least for a year. Going to buy them something. Get them something that's worth the value for their kids and grandkids. And I hit her in the head. I said, cuz, that ain't majority of black folks we know. And there's maybe some out there, don't beg to differ. I ain't shooting my people down, but I don't know too many of those. I said, that's like, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Chinese, Africans. I said, they do that. But black folk, and she said, you're right. And I said, today on the podcast, I told you yesterday, I said, tomorrow, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about generational wealth because we need to start doing that. Instead of us capping on those families who wasn't black, Latino sorts, or Puerto Rican, Jamaican, African, Cambodian, Cape Verdean. We seen them do it, and we capped on them. Yo, why is 17, 18 in a 2-bedroom apartment? Why they all in that Honda like that? But what they was doing was all going to work at the same time. Or going to work 8 hours later, 4 different people. And after one person left after a year, we see another one come in. We're like, where Pepe and Lala them going? Well, they left, they bought a house. Where Malik and Jose went? Or Brenda and Choo Choo went? Man, they got a house. Well, they bought them a villa in Puerto Rico. They bought them a palace. And we're like, whoa, we brushed that part. But the part we thought about is them always living in the one house. A 2-bedroom apartment of 19 of them, 16, 17 of them. Because they was building generational wealth. I'm going to say it again. I want you to look at me close, folks. Generational wealth. It wasn't just for today or yesterday. It's for tomorrow. They was building on for tomorrow, folks. So all that time you seen your Spanish friend or your Chinese friend or your Puerto Rican or your Dominican or your Cambodian, allegedly, shit, they was building generational wealth. And black folks and brown folks, and we just try it without all the hoopla, with all the bull that comes with families, issues. We just put our issues aside because our grandparents definitely had it in us. My dad definitely. My dad will invite anybody in. And if anybody from Orchard Park that knows my father, Mr. Works, he will feed anybody. He will house anybody. And we lived in the projects. My grandmother, Mrs. Works, here in Syracuse. If anybody know my grandmother, same thing. My mother's mother, Tootsie, Annie Page, same exact thing. I was born into generational wealth. We may not have it, but we went out and scratched and clawed. And I miss both of my grandparents. One died in 87 and one died 2007. I miss them both. Because generational wealth, they may not have the money, but they was rich thought, mind, body, and soul. Both of my grandparents, Mrs. Works and Annie Page. And people will tell you that. Both of my grandparents, generational wealth wasn't a cap in my family. And it rolled to my mom and my dad. Elaine will cook and clean anybody's home, as well as her own. My mother's a germophobic. My mother could cook any meal. I learned that from my grandmothers mostly, but my mom and my dad, they are scrappers. My mom and my dad can cook anything. If you talk to my children today, My kids love when I hit that stove. I could take some beans, some rice, some chicken off a bone, cut it up, put it in one pot. Lord help me, it's a meal. I can make it hors d'oeuvre. I can make anything from my grandparents. Generational wealth. And the ones who don't know me, you better know, you better ask somebody. I was raised into something that it takes a long time to understand for black folk. It's generational wealth. And today, as a 50-year-old man, barking in my 50s, generational wealth is all I really care about. It's all I really care about. Because if you don't know it or not, folks, generational wealth is all you need. When it comes down to your family and friends and loved ones. If you don't got it in your heart, find it. Listening to this podcast moment, find it. Because I'm black. And I'm proud. But I'm someone just like you. I grew up in a project, folks. I grew up when crack was ripping everybody down. Crack, cocaine, base, free base was ripping everybody down. Your prom queen was a fiend. And I'm blessed to have the Andrew Whites, the Rita Hannas, the Carlos McCarters, the Dexter Joyces, Mike and Mo and Crystal Harris, Cedric Edwards, Tammy Edwards, Tammy Johnson, Will Harris, Bundy, and Tweet and the family. And so on and so on. And Ernest Bass, I love you, E. Damn, boy, you a brother from another mother, man. I love you, E. Bass. You know what I mean? Julio, Glace. Love you, Glace. You know what I mean? People of that nature, man. Hector Maria, they sold ices. On the 3rd floor of my building, everybody know they sold ices. Miss Juanita and her family. Latter years in our life, sold chicken. Some great chicken late nights. Miss Grant. Miss Grant was all of our grandmothers in the projects, teaching us generational wealth. Miss Grant and my dad would cook some meals. Lord help me. You could smell it around the whole projects. From Adams Street to Prescott Street. Generational wealth. Miss Holman. Yes. It was so many families. The Adams family. Mr. Joe. And Miss Betty. Yeah, these are families, man. Even though the crack epidemic hit our project, we were still us. We were still us, folks. And I tell you, generational wealth is all we knew without that money. Ty Jack, happy belated birthday, bro. Happy belated birthday. Thanks for joining the podcast. One of my brothers just joined. His birthday was just this past week. You know he turned it up. Happy birthday, bro. But you know, generational wealth was everything. My brother, Ty Jacks, he came down in projects and got some of that generational wealth. Think of my sister, Sharon Banks. What's up, Shay Banks, a.k.a. that one? It's my sister right here from another mother, my brother's wife. She was in the family before they got married, way before then, with my gorgeous nieces, my great niece, my brother's daughter. Good morning, my sister. It was all generational wealth, man. We got taught from all our families. And a lot of families from down south. There was from Holly Hill. There was from Florida. There was from North Carolina, South Carolina, Mississippi, you know, Alabama, which is my dad's family. My dad embarked in living in the projects in OP, which we never lived in a project in our life before we moved to OP. We didn't. That wasn't a thing. My father made it the community our home, and we had good times and bad times in there. But I'm telling you something. The friends I got, the relationships I have today, and I'm gonna tell you something, folks. I'm gonna give you something right here. The generational wealth I learned from was guys who got extensive records, got charges you may not want to talk about, got parents who may not wasn't there, who have grandmothers who that was their mom, who have uncles that was their dad, you name it. I seen all that in the projects, man. We got girls with 5 or 6 kids and who was women. 5 to 6 kids who grew up with me was women. And me, I got 12 kids as a man. We all has ups and downs. I got a childhood friend, and this is not allegedly. This is something I love talking about. We went to 5 proms together. She know who I'm talking about. She about 5 foot, 5'2", 5'3", is one of my best friends. And when I first met her in '86, we had a fight. We had a fight in school. 2 of my best friends. Not a bad altercation. Miss Hannah, I love you. Yes. Another one of my friends, Paula. Man, childhood friends. Latoya Joyce. Lord, man. These are people who we still are friends today. Paula Randolph. Real good friend. We fought. First day in Boston. First 3 days. A public figure in Boston today. She's city council. Cape Verdean girl. Fonseca, Maria Fonseca. Great friends. We fought. Bickering words. Because I was that New York dude and I had that swag. I didn't give a crap who they were. But these women these girls at the time stood on their own as well. And today we are best friends. Andrew White and his family, whoa, I swear we brothers and sisters. Teresa. Charles Duncan White. Yes. My man used to dunk out the gym in his high school. At every gym, the Boys and Girls Club in the Orchard Park gym. And Andrew, their younger brother, man, that's me and him neck to neck. Birthdays, you name it. Kids, you name it, man. He talked to my son on a weekly, daily basis. This was generational wealth, folks. At its finest without money. Where I came from. My man Ty Jacks worked at a bank. My brother worked at a bank. Right out of school. Jack and Chris Downing. Jack is one of the smartest guys I know. Marie Smith. Generational wealth. We all from the projects, man. And all of these folks I speak on was up under that works roof, one thing or another. Visit, came over, ate, chilled, family. I remember going by Rita's mom's house, man, all the time. Her sister and mother worked like my father. Boy, when them pots are cooking, whoa. Whoa. Man. And I got a friend. Welcome home too, Mr. Edwards. His grandmother. Wow. These folks lived in Boston but cooked down south weekly, daily. You heard? Cedric Edwards, I'm going to say this, was one of the smartest knuckleheads I ever met in my life. This man can read the Quran, can talk about the streets, and can rap and rhyme his behind off. And fight and scramble with the best of them. Generational wealth. He had a whole family, slew of family members, down south, you name it. Look, more girls and guys in his family, and he stood the test of time. And it's many more. It's many more. Saki C, Will Hip, Buck, that family, generational wealth. We all didn't have that money. I ain't gonna hold you. If you did, I ain't see it. Because we grew up in the projects, homie. It was in the PJs. I'm gonna keep it funky. Even with BG and Hops and Lil Ray, generational wealth. Because all of us knew BG no matter what BG did or did not do. We all knew BG. Just like everybody know Mr. Works. My dad, generational wealth. Bundy's family. Miss Harris. Everybody know Rita Harris. Auntie's a ruckus. In one conversation, and we'll get it right. I love it. Blessings. Blessings. And we can't, and I would be crazy if I don't speak on the Oliveras of the world. Freddie and all his sisters. Dee Dee, my classmate. Tyra, my baby mother. And so on and so on. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Me and Dee Dee talks all the time. There's so much history with some of these families. Me and Dee Dee, we was in middle school together. She's one of my daughter's favorite aunts. Her and my sister Keisha was so close. Those friends before Keisha and Tara was. You know, they had the same baby fathers, things of that nature. It's just, what I'm trying to say, folks, and commit to you guys on this conversation, is generational wealth. We have to start embarking on that. Not tomorrow, today. Because I was raised on that, and I tell you, anybody ever said it to me. I ain't gonna hold you. But my dad, he spoke to it in different pieces. Got to keep a job, got to keep a roof over your head. Got to cook, clean, sew, and do hair. Nobody can't put you out. Got to pay them bills. No matter what. And we missed a lot of Christmas. It was 7 of us. And my friends did too. And we all hustled at time of few. But it was generational wealth. From hand-me-downs, you name it. Generational wealth, folks. At its finest. Let me tell you a story. I was listening to this comedian. I don't know who he was. And I quote this. He says, you got 2 kids. Black kid, all scholastics, all American. White kid, all scholastic, all American in his neighborhood. 500 points. Whatever. 2,000 scored baskets in his community. They both get drafted 1 and 2. He said, what do the white kids say? He said, the white kids say, they ask white kid, what you going to do with your first bonus check? Well, I'm investing this, I'm investing that, I'm investing that. Okay, that's cool. Black kid get up there, number 1 draft pick. He happy, he crying. He got the jewelry on, the suit, pants a little short, diamonds showing, he glistering, teeth. They ask him, yo, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? I'm gonna get my mama, my dad a house, my cousin Pee Wee, nut. We all gonna get this. Right there. Right there. Let me tell you the difference. The white boy, they already had a plan. His family was already putting in the door. No matter how they got there, it was there. It was a different plan. Right? Majority of it. Because some black folks had it. We ain't gonna knock us like that. But majority of us, the plan wasn't there. So we gotta go backwards. Instead of going forward with that bonus. Or that new business idea. Or that extra set of monies. Or that stipend. or that lottery check, or that first round draft pick, either second round, or either that lawsuit. We got to go backwards. Folks, stop that right now. And how you stop that today is be more up on your business. Be more up on that $25 weekly, daily. That $50 weekly, $100 a month. $100 a month, that's $1,200. 50, that's $600. 200, that's 24. Let's go. Things of that nature. It don't help to put something small away, folks. Not just for a rainy day, for that little girl right there. Not for Gigi, Gaga, for Latasha, Latoya, Maria, Unique, Nigeria. Put money away for them. Little Jerry, Dana, Maurice, Kevin. Put money away for them. Jamal. That's what it starts. Show them how to save. You know what my dad used to do? And big shout out to Richard Gilmore as well. His birthday was this weekend. But Richard got a brother named Pat, right? From my projects. Big shout out to Uncle Rich and Pat. They worked at this place called New Market Square. And it was a meat market over there. I worked there. Terrain, God bless his soul. Jermaine Gilmore worked there. My man, shout out to Jermaine Gilmore. Dub. And what Terrain used to do for me, because what Pat did for him, which is uncle or cousin of that nature, he showed me, yo, come over here, do this, pack the meat, that was generational. I ended up losing my right hand, getting it grounded up in the Q steak machine a year later. But I was 13, working as an apprentice, cutting meat packing meat. Generational wealth. And these are guys who are not even family to me. Pat, Richard, God bless Terrain, or Jermaine Gilmore, my guy, Dub, E-Dub. They wasn't family. They was from the projects. They knew my dad. They knew my family. We all had the same struggle. Right? But it was generational wealth, man. Generational wealth. And I tell you that from here on out. And if you don't got generational wealth in your blood, in your convo, you are no good, folks. I'm going to tell you that right now. My brother Ty Jack, right? Oh, Mount Ida Community College. My brother was putting in work. From the streets to the gym to school. It was a circle of them. All in all, the knowledge was there, getting them degrees. My sister, God bless her soul, was Ty Jack baby mother at the time. They made sure he got in the motherfucking books. He made sure he got there. Generational wealth. Because guess what? Their son, Ty Jackson Jr., same efforts with no kids today. Workaholic today. From his dad, his grandfather, you name it. Generational wealth. My son, Jerry Jerome Works Jr., Mwa, the first. Generational wealth. Having them kids. Family man. Child support. Which that's not cool, but handle your business. Which way is necessary. Child support is not always good for any one of us. Especially not me. I've been paying since I was 16. God bless me. God help me. Foreclosing on homes. Got a career bending on what he wanted a career on. Jaquan Works. Married. 3 kids. 10 years in the game, married. Taking care of business, ups and downs, and still handling his business. Generational wealth. He's seen his grandfather do it. He's seen his dad do it. Shantira, Works, Hunter. It's called generational wealth. No kids embarking on school. Mr. Jeff Green, what's up, my brother? Childhood friend, East Boston I. Eagles out. Yeah, man. It's called generational wealth. Has a story here. Jeff Green and my son are second cousins. Right? Me and Jeff went to high school. Jeff from a different neighborhood. You know, we both went to Eastie. We both know the streets very well. Jeff was from the Humble area, if I'm not mistaken. I'm from the OP area. Never had a quarrel. Our kids ended up being family in the later years, just after school. We was both graduated by then. But my son and his son, little Jeff and little Jerry, grew up as brothers, and they cousins. Now me and Jeff never had a quarrel. We've been cool. We was tight in school. Conversation, regardless, however it went. Even when he had little Jeff by Ty, God bless his soul, our conversations got better because our kids was family. Generational wealth. Them boys got kids. Both of them boys work. Both of them boys got their own money, got their own car. They don't want no handouts. It's called generational wealth. Both of their dads walked the same path. Custody of kids. Always want to work, knew the streets, knew everybody. Cool with everybody. Beef was in our rearview mirror. Generational wealth. My boys, my nephew, little Jeff, does the same thing. My son, same thing. Them dudes out the way. Out the way. Folks, generational wealth is in all categories, in all forms, shapes, and fashion. You got to make it right. It's not about tomorrow. Started today, family. I'm not going to hold you. I'm not the richest. I'm not the brightest. I'm not the most successful. But guess what I do, folks? Every ideal, I'm coming up close to this camera so you guys can see these words. Every ideal I get, I'll bring it to the table. Look it up, research it, mastermind it, master it, and put it out to you guys. From J Works Entertainment, almost 20 years ago, doing films and music, to PD Code Clothing Apparel, and sportswear, women's and men's and kids, an adult brand, also podcasts, Street Savvy, License to Listen, J Works in the 1 minute show. I bring it to the forefront. I've been the best security guard in this country for 20-odd something years. I done worked every airport in this country, Department of Homeland Security. Every airport. Every logistics. I done seen it. I done work side by with some of the best senators. The best Leon. I done seen some of the good and bad in a lot of different states and provinces in the United States. And guess where I'm at today? Giving this knowledge to my people. Generational wealth, folks. I'm going to tell you something before I get out of here. I love and I respect all my people. But we got to get off that hump. Get off that brand of them people, them colored people, because I'm not going to say it. And start manufacturing generational wealth to your family. We losing too many. We have lost a lot. And I'm not blaming no other man, no other color man. I'm here for my own mistakes, my own recardinance, my own degenerance, my own wealth, generational wealth. God bless America. Generational wealth is the key.